9 points thus far off of kills. No placement points so far at all. So we'll have to see if maybe, just maybe, some of these teams can start turning their fortunes around here on Miramar. The plane is going to go from north to south, and it's going to open up pretty much the entire map. If tradition holds, teams that usually do well on Erangel do poorly on Miramar and vice versa. If you haven't had a great day so far, maybe coming over to this map will be the thing that you need to fix things, to cure it, to send you back into the win column. So we'll keep an eye on our teams that are in the lower half of the leaderboard right now to see if maybe they can reverse things here in the desert sands. Once again, this is the Onslaught League Season 3 Grand Finals. We have 5 matches scheduled for today, 5 matches scheduled for tomorrow at the exact same time. First place will bring home a $1,500 prize, and an additional cash prize will be going to our #1 kill leader, currently occupied by Samoy. We also have 4 teams participating today that have already qualified for PGS Berlin. So Cerberus, Golden Cat, Buriram, and Archangel Predator are teams that we'll be seeing at the first major international PUBG tournament later on this year. Victim Rise looks like they have actually spotted or found GEX Ace. Unfortunately for Samoy, this is our kill leader. If he wants to maintain that, he needs to figure out what he wants to do in this situation. Now, these long buildings on Miramar are very difficult to work around, and we've seen solo players pull off some pretty amazing stuff working inside of these long buildings. Samoy going to opt to go onto the roof. He is now going to get some support from Shabrit coming up over the top. Meanwhile, Life and Yelly still inside. Shabrit does manage to make his way up to the compound without being spotted. The rest of Ace, not really anywhere near here to support. Although we can see some shots being sent over towards Shabrit. It looks like Yelly going to come up over the top. They're going to focus their attention on Shabrit, and they're going to get him. But Life is going to get traded down as well. And look at this. Samoy going to use this as his opportunity to push. Life gets flushed out. Samoy would love to push that, but he needs to do it carefully. He's got the AK. He needs to reload. Only 17 bullets in that thing. Yelly already down to 36 HP. AK versus AK. It could go either way. Good Molotov coming out from Shabrit. Going to force Yelly into the corner. But look at this. Godmal from Buriram is on the hillside over the top. And look at this. Yelly going to come up over the top. He's going to find Samoy in the middle of him throwing the grenade. Perfectly timed there by Yelly, as the rest of his squad comes to provide him some support. And our kill leader has been taken down. The rest of Victim Rise, just off to the west, weren't able to come and provide any support. But fortunately for Yelly, the rest of his team did. We haven't gotten a chance to talk about the circle, but really there's not a whole lot to talk about. We're going off to the northwest. Not too nutty, not too crazy, as Archangel Predator now finding themselves in a battle with Grumps from Ferox. You can see he's got some support over the top from range. And that's going to be Nikos. Algenbot's going to try to throw the grenade. Was hoping that he would maybe be on that corner, but alas, he was not. Algenbot's going to smoke there. I think they're just going to try to smoke out this vehicle and get out of here. They don't want to take a risk of losing one early on. Archangel Predator, one of your teams that have already qualified for PGS, but currently they're sitting in 8th place with 14 points. So not the worst day, not the best, just about average. We'll have to see if they can maybe put something together here. Keeping those two boys alive will surely help going with that process. Ferox now, head kick, and Cozy finding themselves pushed on by Magsonis. Golden Cat look like they want a piece of this. Tinoy going to push on as well. Tonke coming from range. Tinoy managing to get to the rock. Cozy gets taken low. Head kick still staying inside the building. Cozy working the wall. Meanwhile, Tonke just rushing it. He's got a good grenade. Not going to find him, though. Cozy still on this wall, but that's going to be a good nade coming from Magsonis. Gets him down to about half HP. As you can see, Six Sacks now coming in to join the party as well. He's going to go for the heal. Cozy's going to go for the heal, and he's going to pay for it as Tong K rips him. And now head kick is all by himself. He's holding the angle. He's got the AK. He's got the extended magazine. What can he do with it? The Molotov slowly burning him. It's going to burn him even more, and he's going to go down. Tinoy. Reading him like a book. They just burn him out. And now Ferox has lost 2. Good news for Golden Cat, as they were sitting in 10th place with 13 points. That'll be 2 more points added to their total. Find themselves climbing up a little bit more. Golden Cat, 2nd place team overall, coming out of group stages. So starting a little bit slow here today. Maybe this will be where they pick it up. Looks like pretty much everybody has made it into circle so far, with the exception of Fury, who's coming in a little slow out of Los Leones. And it looks like one member of 4 Horsemen, Jab, still off in Minas Generalis, finishing up his looting. Victim FTF have the dead center circle position, working around the top of the mountain range. You can see pretty much everything from up here. I'm going to do some scouting, figure out what their next move might have to be. Nikos, Grumps have the compound on the very southeastern part of the circle, but you can see Fury moving in on foot. I'm not sure if they've been spotted just yet. In fact, I don't think Ferox knows anything about this at all. Luke 12 might have seen somebody running around there, as he is already inside circle and scouting down from the north side. VTR, meanwhile, is just off to the north, working the eastern edge of the circle. They've got Kamals and Jen Foss still up. Believe they may have lost the rest. So we check back in on Fury and Ferox. Grumps and Nikos running around in these buildings, seeing if they can find some angle. Juxi is going to get the down and the flush onto Grumps. That's immediate coming out from him, and it's now just down to Nikos as Fury is slowly collapsing the grip around him. New circle pops. We're going to go dead center. Pretty much everybody already either inside the circle or just on the edge, with the exception of Fury, who does find out Nikos, and that's going to be Ferox going down in 16th place. Not what they wanted after having a fairly nice game there on Sanhok. Jen Foss going to spot out the Burium boys. Take a few shots. Not going to get the down, though. Immediately after taking those shots, he will go ahead and reposition. He does not want to stay in the same place too long with that 4-man squad of Burium just off to his north side. Kamals, meanwhile, making his way down to the south, see if he can maybe spot out a place for them to go. In doing so, though, he will spot out QC. Jab coming in late, as we said. but he is going to make it across. Kamal's going to take a few AK shots that way, but not going to land anything. So far, tradition has held. Victim Rise had 2 wins back-to-back on Erangel, and now, so far, they have already lost 2 on Miramar. They're going to have to play it a little bit slowly going forward. Sadie's, meanwhile, still searching for their first point. They've managed to make it into the north side of El Pozo, and just below them is BA Next. Meanwhile, Myth in the lime green, just to the east of El Pozo, repositioning around the hillsides. Buriram and Gex Ace are very close to each other here on this eastern edge, trading some shots back and forth. Meanwhile, BA Next going to cheat. They can maybe send a few shots into Sadie's as they try to reposition KJ up on the hillside. Savior going to land a couple of them, but it's not going to be enough to get the down. He's going to keep his attention pinned over in that direction, though. Here's the fight we were warning about. Buriram pushing right onto QC4 Horseman. Svit has a anchor position up front. He's feeding information back to his squad mates. You can see Gems off in the distance, trying to reposition, maybe find an angle. Jab doing the same. Svit just waiting to see if Naradra decides to push forward anymore. Circle still collapsing here as we see Fury has made their way in on the south edge. While BA Next still taking shots over at Sadie's as Sadie's tries to reposition a little bit. KJ peeking his head up over the top. Savior has a good bead on both of these players, Arbiter and KJ. KJ is going to take another one. So Arbiter going to take shots as well, and he's going to actually go down to Savior as we see the circle collapse. It's going to go fairly center, a little bit to the south. MSC Theraton is going to have to move down from their hillside location on the north. Sadie's, after trying so hard to reposition on those hills, are now outside of circle, and they might lose Arbiter here. Archangel Predator has a really wide split going on just to the south of the center of the circle here. While Entry Fragger are going to be taking a few shots over towards GEX Ace. FTF certainly not afraid of sending the lead flying here. As, McCrit loses a tire, and he's going to have to bail out. As now Mad Dog is actually returning a little bit of fire, so maybe saving McCrit a little bit of trouble here. Meanwhile, Sadie's, I think they were trying to sell out to maybe go for the res onto Arbiter, but Savior finally flushes him out. And Sadie's down to 3. And they are in a tough position here, as Savior has just been causing them so many problems. They have not been able to move. Yuri going to send it back down. Naradra still holding this position. You can see Kanaxi now has made his way up, as well as the rest of Buriram, into the ditches and divots just off to the east, or west rather, of the power compound. QC, meanwhile, still in the same position. You can kind of get an idea of where everybody is on this circle. McCrit actually going to go down as GEX Ace is getting lit up by Archangel Predator and by Victim FTF here as they try to make their way into this circle. So he's going to come up over the top, send some more shots down towards Life. Or actually, that's Lock Slab. We'll land one there, and GEX Ace now kind of finding themselves pinned in a little tiniest of little compounds here on the roadside. Lock will be able to get that heal up. They are still getting fired at from Archangel Predator and from Victim FTF. BA Elites have a nice little compound right in the center of the circle. Divine working the hills just to the south there. Sadie's still trying to make their way out of El Pozo here, as their game has been extremely difficult so far. Golden Cats on the western edge. They have to make their way in to this hillside that's occupied by Divine. It's going to be rough sledding for them, as Four Horsemen now is going to run up on top of Buriram. They've gotten one down already. Job Jab gets taken down to about 17 HP. We're waiting for this fight to break off, and Buriram, nice shots coming out of Noradra. It's going to drop Svit down to about nothing. Job Jab will go down. Gems trying to find some kind of angle. Svit's going to try to trade it back, but Noradra going to win that fight. And here comes Gems. Finally, from an angle, Basil going to finish off Job Jab. Now Gems trying to stay alive as the grenade comes out. Find it. Godmouse slowly bleeding out here. Svit is going to be left for dead. Buriram has the hillside to work with, but the blue is pushing, and they have to make their way further off to the west. They are being absolutely gatekept by Cerberus, but look at Gems coming up over the top. He's going to land a few shots. Not going to get the downs, though. That's going to go over to Victim FTF, as Gems has to stop and try to get a heal off. But you can see how hard that blue is ticking. There's not a whole lot of room for him to work with. He has no utility either. We'll spot one. Oh my God, Gems shooting Noradra out of the car before Basil finally turns it back onto him. And Buriram ends up paying a big price for their fight with QC Horsemen. I think it's just down to Edie. As Cerberus working that eastern edge as a four-man and coming up with much success. Golden Cat now turning their attention over towards Myth, as they are being forced in by the blue. The shots are coming out. Myth not getting down just yet. So Golden Cat's finding a lot of damage there. Like they're going to hop into vehicles and maybe try to make their way into this circle next. Loki's going to throw a great Molotov, going to run right on top of KJ. He's going to go down to it. As Sadie's trying to trade back and forth with BA Elite. UKL is going to go down as well. Yuri, the last one up here for Sadie's. And BA Elite doesn't want anything of it. They want to make sure that this is flushed out quick and fast. But you have to be careful in these long buildings. So many times we've seen solo players and duos absolutely wreck full four-man squads in those longhouses here. As Golden Cats come up over the top, they finally find Myth. They're coming up. I think they have one kill left to find, and they're going to find it. Esqualisa goes down. Made in Thailand out in 13th place. Meanwhile, MSC Theraton has done a bunch of damage to Divine. Turtle, the only player left here, is Loki's. We'll find out Yuri from Sadie's. It's all down to just the one player. KJ gonna try to wrap around, try to run it, but Jay all day. Nephor not having it. BA Elite wins the fight. And now they've got to turn their attention towards making their way into circle. Divine still alive, still causing problems for MSC as Venatica gets downed and flushed. Take-On going to come up over the top. He's going to find Victim FTF, and that's going to be it for them. As Cerberus still 4 strong on the eastern edge. Going to flush out a few kills, but they're not going to find Edie. Buriram still in it. Divine Turtle does get spotted out by Tinoy. It's going to be another kill going over to Golden Compass. Divine is out. MSC Theraton trying to send it towards the center of the circle in vehicles. They're getting shot at from Archangel Predator and from BA Elite. And they actually run right into Fury. Ronan going to get the opening down onto Yoshimanburi. Jankyu is going to trade it back, though. As Fury trying to defend their position. Killa going to get the flush onto Magsonis. As Archangel Predator still 4 strong. The southern side, they're taking shots at everything. They've got 4 kills already. Tenoy going to try to make a run past. He's going to get taken out by Killa as well. Good shooting coming out from the AAP boys. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties here, chat. I'm having a little bit of lag. Trying to make sure that I'm on time here. I'm going to do my best to cast what I see in front of me. But if I'm off time, I apologize. All right, Edie needs to make his way into circle here. Still trying to stay up for Buriram. Going to take the shots, though. Hisaki's going to trade back. Edie keeps re-peeking the same angle, but cannot land the shots. Subang going to finish him off. As Rossetted now is going to turn his attention over towards BA Elite, who have managed to somehow make it across the street. 4 strong. MSC over the top of them. They could pay some attention here, but they can't forget about Cerberus, who's just off to their east. Jankyu going to try to prevent that push. New circle pops. Fury is in the middle. MSC still in. BAE still in. Cerberus has to push. Archangel Predator has to collapse as well. You can see they've been holding on to this 2-2 split forever, and they've managed to stay alive. Golden Cats still have 2 up, Tonke and 6-Axe. They're just hiding behind their vehicles right now as Yoshimanburi going to send some long-range shots into them. Not going to find any downs, though. Archangel Predator, they're going to find Loki's. They'll get that down and the knock and the flush. 6-Axe going to go down to Juxi from Fury. As Archangel Predator in a little bit of trouble here. Mad Dog and Algin B trying to make their way out. Somehow BAE has managed to keep 3 alive here, despite being in a very open position with MSC right on top of them. Archangel Predator has found a ridge line to work with here on the eastern edge of the, or western edge of the circle. Golden Cat, they're going to try to push their way in. Tonke, 6-Axe. Looks like they have avoided the line of sight of Archangel for now. Line of sight of anybody for now, but not for long as Tonke is going to get spotted out by Mad Dog. 6-Axe now. Last player up for GC. But look at the pressure that Archangel Predator is under right now from Fury. Fury found an angle onto this. Meanwhile, Cerberus still 3 strong. 17 alive in this circle. Just goes to show you how powerful this terrain is and how many ridge lines these teams have to work around. Cerberus essentially right on top of MSC, but they can't find an angle here. Juxi going to try to make a peek, but he's forced to go back down as Mad Dog will get spotted out and flushed by Luke 12. 6-Axe goes down as well, so that's it for Golden Cats going out in 6th. We're down to the top 5 here. We're down to the top 5, and it's all 3-man squads. How often do you see that, chat? 5 teams, 15 alive. Looks like Nephor might have found an angle on the Archangel, but he's going to have to push in because the blue is right on his back. New circle pops. We're going to the north. That's pretty much fine for everybody. Cerberus is going to have to make their way in, and they have a decision in front of them. Do they want to wrap north and try to take a fight with MSC, or do they want to wrap south and try to take a fight with Fury? Looks like they're going south. Meanwhile, BA Elites, Nefror and J All Day are going to have to leave their ridge line that they have, and they're going to be exposed to Archangel Predator here. But good shots coming out of J All Day, going to keep Algin bots from peeking too much. CJ going to try to make the run. Yoshimanburi sending shots over his way. He gets him down to about 14 HP. He's going to get him down as he just makes it to a ridge line here. But now the rest of Archangel Predator has to make the same run, and he's going to go down. Algin bots will go down to Luke 12. Killa trying to go for the res. That's ambitious. He is in the smoke. So here come the shots from Luke 12. He's just going to send a full clip into that smoke cloud, and he'll find him. Because now he turns his attention back towards BA Elite. Cerberus does continue their wrap to the south. Meanwhile, BA Elites are pushing up into MSC. They found it down. See what else they can find. Luke 12 try to hold off the push from Cerberus. They get one down. They get another down. One left for Cerberus. And that's going to be Subang working his way through the smoke clouds. Getting surrounded. Juxi going to send the shots through, and Luke 12 is going to be the one that finds him. As Fury now up to 12 kills. The Aussies coming alive here on Miramar. BA Elite still have 3 up. Fury still has 3 up. MSC down to just 2. Rossiter and Yoshimanburi. You can see that the terrain is starting to level out a little bit here in these late circles. Luke 12 and Juxi managed to push up to that dirt road. And you can see that they have a hill that they can work with here. Looking up in the direction of MSC, but maybe losing track of BAE. There's a nice headshot coming out of Juxi. He's going to drop Yoshimanburi very low here. Juxi going to trade more shots back on Rosity. He'll land a couple, but Fury has to turn their attention over towards BAE, I believe. As Juxi just keeps sending shots and keeps landing them onto MSC. Great shooting coming out of Juxi. Spots another one, spots him again, gonna get the down. Before the smokes can pop, he'll get the flush as well. Rossiter is down, it's all up to Yoshimanburi. Juxi gonna reposition. Yoshimanburi gonna send a few out, but Juxi's not having it. 14 kills now for the Aussies. Can they make it 17? 3 more. Fury, Luke 12 gonna find Jay all day. Badman is gonna go down to Juxi, and it's all down to Nefror. As Fury just collapses on top of this. They want it all. They want the win. They want every single kill they can get. Nefror is gonna go down to Luke 12, and that's gonna be it. 17 kills.